And I see news where in Venezuela, police officers are being so corrupt that they're going into homes and they're taking out mining rigs out of these people's homes, you know? So I see that there's a problem. You know, everyone has question marks about Venezuela, especially the petro coin that's coming out. And I want to find out myself. I want to hear it straight out the horse's mouth. I want to go over there and see for myself what's going on so I can share it with everyone else.
If you looked in the crypto space, the blockchain space, a lot of the people who got into the space are naive. They do not understand. You just can't disintermediate some of these big power brokers. I mean, the ticket vendors own the garden, and they own, you know, you can't just disintermediate them. The artist management adds value besides the management. They bail you out of jail when you get in trouble, or they put you in rehab when you need to be, or they buy you a guitar when you can't afford to buy one. They add a lot of value. You can't just disintermediate that with software. Okay, so I think that the rights administration, blockchain adds a lot of value there, but I think you have to consider the value added by the BMIs of the world who go to the funeral homes and tell the guy who runs the funeral home that you need a license for the performing rights when you play a CD at a funeral, because the funeral homeowners don't know that, okay? A guy running some blockchain software package, it's much more complicated than you think it is, okay? Times 197 countries. It is not a simple thing, okay? You want to take it all as value in the value chain, it's a lot, okay? And it's not going to happen overnight.
Whenever governments make laws, they're creating a policy, and I'm not sure what they're saying with their policy, because essentially what they're saying with the way they're taxing it, they're discouraging, you know, people getting involved in cryptocurrency. And I don't know if that, you know, the United States should do that. We're supposed to be at the forefront of technology and pushing that envelope. And blockchain is really the whole point, you know, behind everything. I think people get caught up in the cryptocurrency, and, you know, if you look at what New York has done, I think they've pretty much eliminated themselves as a market for where blockchain technology can grow. And that is directly related to their laws and the policy that they push. So in essence, I think that people need to kind of really see what's going on if you're involved in the crypto space. I think things will get changed, but if we don't get our act right here in the US, we're going to see a lot of other domains, countries, what have you, grow, and we might miss out on the train.
Thus far, the regulations in the space hasn't killed it off. You know, you got the Winklevoss twins and everything pushing for smart regulation. So I think it's eventually going to evolve and adapt to whatever the lawmakers are going to come out with.
One of the specialties that I've been looking into is how the government's been regulating, and the way that they've been doing it so far is through essentially treating crypto as a stock. Every time you sell in any form, shape, it creates gains, and gains that you're not actually taking out. So regulation is something that is more art than science, and I think it'll take a lot of time to evolve a strategy, and a lot of folks at events like this would both appreciate and hate any kind of changes to make a decentralized international currency more domestic and you know, taxable in a sense.
This market is developing. It's not mature yet. It's going to mature. But no one can deny that there are innovations in raising capital. There are innovations in global business operations that come from crypto. You can't deny that. It's a thing that's here for the long haul. So it's going to change, it's going to fluctuate. And I think as an entrepreneur, we want to make sure our customers benefit from the use of it, our constituents in the music industry benefit from it, and our investors have an opportunity to really benefit, our stakeholders, our shareholders have an opportunity to benefit from it.
It's okay. Visa, MasterCard, it's okay, you know, for the credit card companies to stop supporting cryptocurrency and making it harder, because all they're doing is giving it more value, you know? We see that these big companies are really attacking, you know, crypto for whatever reasons. You see that in other industries, you know? The big guy always buys out the little guy so that the little guy doesn't become big and in competition to, you know, what they've built. Now cryptocurrency gives us the platform and the resources for those little guys to not have to worry about the big guys anymore.
If you want people to come into the project, to put their money in, make sure you have a viable plan for them to be successful 5 years out. You don't want to be taking the phone calls 5 years later. I lost my college fund. You know, it didn't. You scoundrel. Okay. Look, sometimes you shoot for the moon. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay. But you want to feel good about what you're doing. You want to make everybody who comes in feel good about what they're doing. You want to avoid the schemes where people try to pump and dump the money. get rich quick, okay? Because usually there's a piper to be paid in the long run, right? You know, the best advice I can give everybody is the golden rule, right? Treat others like you want to be treated yourself. Every dollar that goes in is somebody's hard-earned money. Think of it that way. And so compliance, in this context, compliance is a good thing when it's there to make sure the average investor, even an institutional investor, is got a real shot. And so, you know, look out for other people. And that's the advice I give to entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs know that instinctively, okay? And if you have doubts that something's a good investment or not, then think it through some more and change what you're doing so that it becomes a good investment for people. That's the advice I give.